I want to show you a wonderful mass planting. That's what this is called when there's several plants of the same variety all in one area, of African iris. Here's the amazing bloom. Isn't it striking? I love these plants. So these guys have been established for a while, or they were put in at least a 5-gallon pot into the ground. This area right here, you probably can tell, not a lot of sun. So you only can see a couple blooms here. I'm going to walk down a little bit farther and show you a more sunnier location so you get the idea of right plant, right place, right? If you put a plant in the wrong spot, it's going to struggle and it won't produce the blooms. That's the point of this specific variety of plant. People want the flower. African iris can be best propagated via division with a shovel. Stick it in the ground and split it up and divide it. Also, another way, this is a rhizome producing plant. It sends out roots that will run along horizontally in the ground. It also can tip down. This is a seed head. It'll tip down to the ground. If it does this, it can put roots down into the ground this way, and also another way of propagating. Not the easiest, and that's why it's not used very often. And here's a heck of a lot more blooms because, as you can see, there's a lot more sun in this location. So African iris like about 6 hours or more of sun a day. In the hot climates like Florida, like I'm standing in, they like a little bit of afternoon shade. They'll appreciate it because the sun gets so bloody intense here. So they're not quite popping yet, but right, you can tell right where they get the most sun because the flowers are out already. But they can put on a spectacular show. As you see is what they do. They'll clump out, make a mat, kind of a clump out form. Can get up to about 4 feet tall. I walked by a flower head back a little ways that was up to my shoulder, so about 4 feet tall. This is a seed head. A good thing to do, good practice, is to cut these off because it sucks energy from the plant. You don't want to have the plant put the energy into creating seeds. You want them to make the flowers. It will quickly grow to form dense clumps. No maintenance, which is awesome, other than deadheading the seed heads. Light fertilization about 2 times a year. The fertilization will help them grow and produce more flowers, which is a plus. So these are zones 8 through 11, considered a perennial here, so I don't cut them back here in Florida. But if you're in the north climate, it's considered an annual if you can get them. And you will want to cut them back in the fall, late summer. So this is the section I wanted to show you all. This will really show you how they're popping this time of year, very first couple days of March. I'll walk quickly so you can see the mass planting. They're planted about 3 feet apart. See, these guys are really starting to put on their show. This is what caught my eye when I was driving by. Just showing you what they can do. So the only maintenance they need is really deadhead the flower, take the spent flower head off when they're done. This is a spent flower head, now gone to seed. Take that off. It'll push out new blooms. This, it's a little swollen looking. It might be hard for you to see. That is a new bloom. Okay, so that's what a new flower is going to look like before it even starts to open. African iris, also known as fortnight lily, and that's because they have a 2-week flowering cycle. Kind of cool. So you know you're going to get flowers every couple weeks. Even more if you do a little bit of fertilizing. And now, you know.